Let's come to the next question. Explain the features of the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana and discuss issues associated with it. Before coming to this question is simply direct question. It has two parts. We have to explain the features or elaborate the features and associated problems with it. First, understand the framework from where this question is coming. This will help us to understand the agriculture as a whole. Now, if you see the agriculture as a whole, its constraints or problems which we have seen in the previous test discussion, all these things can be clubbed under the three areas which we have already seen. Agroecological problems. Agriculture problems are divided into three major areas. Agroecological problems, which talks about climate, temperature, rainfall, soil. This is one set of problems, that is a constraint. Based on this thing only, we have the agroecological regions. Then we have input related things, seeds, power, irrigation, fertilizers. Then we have institutional factors like say market. Within this market we have various issues like APMC, MSP, ENAM, and then institutional factors like say land reforms, tenancy reforms, all those things, availability of the credit, and then insurance. We have seen, as per the data, the farmer's income is 10,000 rupees. In this scenario, we also see input cost of the farmers are rising. Now you have to provide protection to the government, because government is targeting doubling of the farmers' income. Under the directive principles of the social policies, in order to promote the economic and social justice, it is very important for the government for the doubling of the farmers' income. For this, you have to reduce this input cost. One thing that can be one thing that we can do to reduce this input cost is promotion of the zero budget natural farming. That is one way we are doing. We are also providing biofertilizers, organic farming. Government is also providing subsidies on this. Then apart from this, government is also providing safety to the income or else production of the farmers in terms of the insurance. Apart from this, government is also providing some assured market in terms of the MSP. So we also have to see fertilizer. Anything from this topic can be a question on your agriculture, and all of these are important. They can ask on any of these things. So in our test paper, we will see about the insurance, we will see about the MSP, we will see about the APMC, we will see about the fertilizers. Other things we have already covered. I think this will help you to add content for your agriculture topic, which is good enough. We have covered very good enough content for the agriculture. Now let's see. Elaborate the features of the PM Fasal Bima Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana aims at supporting the sustainable production in the agriculture sector by providing way of financial support to the farmers suffering cross crop or damages arising out of unforeseen events, stabilizing the income of the farmer to ensure their continuance in the farming. So this is the purpose of the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana that will add as a context, because farmers will see unforeseen expenditure or else loss of income because of environmental or any other factors, and it is the need of the government to protect the farmers. That is the context of the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Before this Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, we also had other insurance models, but those insurance models were not comprehensive in nature. They don't cover all the crops, and they don't use technology to check whether the loss is happening or not, and also they will check the loss at the bigger scale. Let's say the farmer, my individual crop can be lost at village level. They will check overall at the district level analysis, and they will see overall 20% loss has happened, and they will classify there is no such loss and there is no need for compensation to the farmer. But in the 20% I might have lost all the crop. So that kind of issues will be resolved in this. Previous insurance schemes, they do not cover all the farmers. That is the first problem. And they do not cover all the crops. That is the second problem. And they don't use proper technology. That is the third problem. And the fourth problem is they monitor the loss at the district level. So this brings such kind of monitoring at the village level. This will help to identify the problems and also losses. It includes all types of the losses: pre-harvest, post-harvest, losses due to local hazards and wild animal attacks, and there is no final limit on the amount that can be prepaid to the farmer. So this is the major change in the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana compared to the previous scheme. So sounds very good. So definitely premium should also be very high. How the insurance works? If you are taking any insurance, for the insurance anticipating future damage, you will take insurance. Let's say you have taken insurance for your property. Anticipating future possibilities of any damages, you will pay some premium. Yearly you will pay X amount of the premium. If the property is very huge and there is potential for threat, and then premium cost will be very high. Since it is covering so many things, the premium cost would be very high. Farmer cannot pay that level of premium. So premium would be shared between the central government and state government. Cost sharing is between the central and state government 50:50 basis. What will the farmer will pay? Farmer will pay 2% premium for all food crops and oil seeds grown in the Kharif season, and 1.5% of the crops for the Rabi season based crops, and 5% for the commercial and the horticulture crops. That means, let's say if there is 100 rupees, farmer will pay 2 rupees, 1.5 rupees and 5 rupees. Rest of the things will be borne by the central government and the state government. Cost sharing is done by the both central and state. And like I have mentioned, coverage of the farmers. It also includes, important point for the prelims also, sharecroppers and the tenant farmers, which is not the case in the previous schemes. And recently they have made some kind of changes. Scheme is optional. Earlier it was compulsory for the loanee farmer. Now they have made a change. It is made optional for the farmers. It is not compulsory in the nature, and they use technology like GPS and drones for the assessment, whether to check the damages that are happening or not. And also this is an insurance based model. What is the insurance based model? There would be private company, government will select the private company and they will pay this premium to that company, and if there is any loss or damage, government will ask that insurance company to pay the amount because of the loss. So the insurance company will monitor and it will deposit the money in the banks. So for this, farmer also need to have Aadhaar account. Recently they have also introduced this change. They need to have Aadhaar enabled system. Then if a farmer has crop damage, then government will do the analysis, monitor, and they will tell the insurance company, and insurance company will send the money to the farmer's bank account. This is what expectation, but expectation is always far away from the reality. CAG has found only 25% of the farmers have this coverage, and they have also seen these insurance companies, they are colluding with the banks, and either they are releasing the amount because of the collusion between the bank and the insurance companies. They are releasing amount to the bank without farmers getting that money, and that money will be shared between the insurance companies and the banks. That is a kind of fake invoices which they do, or they are not transferring money to the farmer. So somehow these insurance companies are doing fraudulent activities, and they are using that money for their own personal gains. This is causing huge problem, and also many state governments has withdrawn from this scheme. Even Andhra Pradesh has also withdrawn from this scheme, and Andhra Pradesh has come up with own scheme where it has not given this option of this scheme is optional for all the farmers, loanee and non-loanee, but in Andhra Pradesh such scheme is not optional. It is compulsory for the loanee farmers. So this is the scam or else fraudulent activities that are taken up by the insurance model. So CAG said, let's do this thing. What happens is, it's not every year crop loss or crop damage happens. Only few years, sometimes crop damage happens, then that year insurance companies have to pay the money. What these insurance companies do is, let's say there is a prediction this year, El Nino. So they might feel there could be a drought this year. So they will feel, okay, why to take risk? This year we will not do our business. So in this case, it is causing problem. Previous years they have taken money, premium from the farmer, and now they are not participating. So CAG said, make sure these insurance companies are participating in this activity for at least 3 to 5 years. So this will bring continuity in the process. This will be a win-win situation. It is not that when the situations are good, insurance company can make the money, and when the time comes for them to give the money, insurance companies are backing off. This should not happen. So this is what CAG has said. So we have seen the issues. There is only very 25% of the coverage, like it was given by the Center for Science and Environment. So few state governments have come up with their own schemes, say Andhra Pradesh, and this is very simple point: market-based risk, crop failure because of the sudden rise in the prices. This is covered at different places, but however, a few of the reports have mentioned this point, so I have added one more point. It does not cover the market-based risk. And I have also mentioned the collusion that is happening between the bank, the insurance companies and farmers to delay the compensation. And no cap on compensation increases the premium cost. That's the reason state governments are withdrawing. Aadhaar has been made mandatory, but because of some problems of electricity and banking, we don't see the enough implementation of this scheme due to lack of infrastructure. So Aadhaar, wherever it is made mandatory, it is causing problems to us. Now government plans to revamp this crop coverage scheme, Pradhan Fasal Bima Yojana, and rationalize premium to make it more effective and ensure better protection. Government is trying to come up with a comprehensive scheme to reform the scheme and with a better coverage.